Good £32. They're going to absolutely do huge. Oh, look at that! Right down the line, sir. Right down the. Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! I've lost a lot of men there. Greetings my friends, and I just wanted to introduce a sort of a new component to the introduction, and that was sort of now and again is bringing the sort of the tactics and strategies of the council from the previous episode's comments into some kind of sort of into coherent form, some kind of a form we can see, and we can look contextualize, as it were, on the campaign map. Now this won't, I'm not sure if this will be a regular thing, but I just wanted to be able to introduce an introduction so we can have a look and bring the plans, bring the sort of the strategies, the proposals of the council alive, as it were, on the campaign map. So this will be coming in quite frequently into the introduction before the actual campaign starts, so we can actually just run straight from this into the campaign proper, and those who haven't ever sort of seen the campaign before can catch up, but also brings those council members that really are really putting a huge amount of sort of strategies forward. They can actually see where their strategies are moving, make sure that when we're doing it, or at least I am implementing those strategies correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to look through some of the comments, some of the proposals from the council, and we're going to sort of then highlight them on the campaign, maybe introduce a few of my own ideas as well, maybe just get the council's feedback on those ideas. Now the first sort of proposal or proposals from many of the council, we've got Field Marshal Ernuk as well. We also have General Hamed as well, Hammond, I beg your pardon. We've also got Michael, General Couch, all pretty much advising that we remove the seminaries. So as you can see, I've already highlighted here, seminary here in Nantes. There's also another seminary we have down here in Toulouse, and also removing the schools as well. So we've got the Orleans Modern University here. These are going to be removed. So we've got this sort of triumvirate here of these three buildings here, these three buildings being removed. Now the reason for that as a council is to bring down the public order. As you can see, the public order here is absolutely rampant. I mean, it is out of control. -20 is as nigh on high as you can possibly get. -18 for upper class, which is unusual to see, but that will probably come down quicker than this. But if we can reduce these, if we can bring these down here and remove these, it should at least bring down that sort of clamour for reform and the other sort of the problems that are like that. Is even here in Dijon as well. There's even a seminary here as well, so we've almost missed that as well. So we remove these and bring sort of that public order back into some kind of coherent whole, as it were. We may still face a rebellion, but it reduces that rebellion chance greatly if we do that. So that's the council really bringing together some wonderful advice. The council sort of on the same track, separate comments, but most of the council seeing the problem and actually sort of implementing it, so we can bring that public order, which can be a real tie, can tie a lot of the forces down. As you can see here, we've got 3 very powerful British forces around Paris here. That also includes, as we move along here to Cologne here and Rhineland here as well, that we actually got this in Cologne as well, which used to be Westphalia, of course. They've also got the same problem. You've got a modern university here, and again, as you can see here, it's -17. So there's going to be, without a shadow of doubt, unless we do something, even if we exempt it from tax, which I'm not really keen to do, to be honest with you, because we do need that money, then we're going to see that rebellion here. Now, we can more than deal with that rebellion. However, these forces here, and again, the council have been calling for us to take the remainder of Hanover and Dresden as quickly as possible, to sort of bring that extra firepower, not only economically, but production-wise here. So we're sending this force here to Hanover, and this force here as well to Dresden here. We've also got our scouts moving up here. We've got the Rake here, Eugene Aram, and as you can see, we do need to task this particular spy here. So my proposal would be to send them down in here into Milan, into sort of the north here of Italy, to find out what's going on here. Remember, we are at war with Spain. Many of the council saying, keep an eye on Spain. Watch what you're doing in Spain there, Mallet, because there's every chance that even if they don't attack our sort of stronghold we have here, this stranglehold we have here now on Western Europe, and it's very, very powerful. We do have a number of our most powerful forces concentrated into a tight area. Even if they don't attack here, there's every chance they might attack here into what we have currently held here in Tripoli, which is going to be besieged here. Tripoli, council saying there's a good chance we'll be able to hold that. But Cairo here, now many of the council are saying, once you've taken Cairo, you've got a number of options. We can either hold on to Cairo and sort of bring the assets of Cairo to bear into the sort of the empire proper, or there's been several options, the council members. The first is we give it to Poland. We give Cairo and Tripoli to Poland to keep them sweet, to keep them on our side, so they don't actually declare war upon us or even sort of move in that direction here. Many of the council are saying keep an eye on Poland just in case, because they are incredibly powerful, Poland. As you can see, the sheer size of Poland here, look at the size of it. It is just absolutely massive. It quite clearly is one of the largest single empires, most powerful empires. It really is a titan, a behemoth. It really, really is. So we've got to be careful what we're doing here. Now, they're currently at war with our ally, an ally who's been with us for a very, very long time, which is Sweden. Now, Sweden itself is starting to sort of expand. It's actually taking Karelia here, and it's also got forces potentially moving to Archangel here. So there's every chance that we could see a great northern powerhouse here of Sweden moving in and actually capturing. Now, some of the council members are calling for us to actually give Cairo to Sweden as well, to give them this base down here. That's one possibility. Others saying that we could possibly give Cairo and Tripoli to Spain. Now that again is an interesting proposal as well, because the council is trying to. I can understand where the council is coming from. There's every chance that if we give Cairo and Tripoli to Spain, they're going to sort of get peace with us. They're going to want peace if we're offering that type of sort of level of almost reward, as it were, for having peace with them. However, if we don't get peace with the Spanish, then we give it to with somebody who the Spanish can't take over, which would be Poland. So there's no chance of Spain would declare war on Poland for those two regions. Not a chance. That has a sort of a counterbalance. First, it would sort of sweeten the pot, as it were, for Poland. And that might keep them away from us for a while. But it also increases their power in North Africa, in the Mediterranean, even more so than it already is. On the flip side of that, giving it to Sweden, it would only sort of increase the power of one of our staunchest allies, But on the flip side of that, there's every chance that Spain would come along and take that from Sweden and have it anyway. But again, that's a chance you take with sort of that diplomatic approach. There's going to be pros and cons. There's going to be good and bad options to it. So it's very important there that we get that absolutely spot on. So if we do also give these away, and there's every chance we do, because what we're trying to do ultimately, and again the Council's recommendation is we're trying to take as much French economic and production power away from them. We're trying to shrink their empire. So taking Cairo and holding Tripoli would actually do that. Destroying these forces here would actually effectively remove France from North Africa. Their sort of holdings within Europe would pretty much be gone. And that would also free up these forces. Now there's two very powerful forces here, as you can see. I mean, these are incredibly powerful forces. This army here was actually created, as it were, for a purely defensive formation, as you can see here. Blunderbuss shotgunners to get, so they climb the walls, they can even blast them effectively in the face. They've got mortars firing over the walls, lots of line infantry, only a small detachment of cavalry, but again, they can still be sort of made and pushed and moved into sort of offensive role, but they're an excellent reinforcing army here. These would be free and moved to Patras. The same here for the army in Tripoli here, which has been absolutely just nigh on demolished from the fighting for Tripoli. It really has been. But again, we should not give up Tripoli. Many of the council saying, man, don't give Tripoli up. You could probably still hold it if we can. Then we will probably give it away to somebody we want to have it. And that would also free up the flexibility. We'd have three very powerful armies then to be able to potentially move against Spain. But where would you move against Spain? Now, of course, your eyes shift immediately here to Naples and Rome, Sardinia, maybe starting to sort of hit these areas here, starting to hit the underbelly of the Spanish Empire. Because hitting Naples, although it wouldn't be a huge prize in terms of economic and production value, it would give a huge strategic boost to us. It would effectively give us that sort of link to the Adriatic here from the Mediterranean. It would sort of almost rip away this grip that the Spanish have on what is effectively the Mediterranean. The central Mediterranean belt here is under Spanish control. From Tunis to Naples to Turin to Algiers to Madrid to they control the straits. Nothing moves in and out of here without their say-so. And it's proven here by that. We've got no trade coming in and out of here at all because of Spain. It really is that. It is that cut and dry. They control the Mediterranean. We need to somehow break that Mediterranean grip. The hold they have on the Mediterranean here has to be broken somehow. If these forces were to fall back to Patras, replenish and repair, bring themselves back up to full strength, and with either our allies or Poland in control of these, someone who is either an ally or neutral, this would give us the chance to sort of really put an army group, and effectively we would have an army group here, an army group in Patras, that army group would then be able to strike pretty much at the underbelly here of the Spanish sort of empire, but maybe even rolling up Milan, Genoa and Turin, and sort of linking up with forces in Paris. So that really would be something to consider by the council. So that's really something we're looking at. This definitely Naples. Naples would probably be our first target. And then Rome, again, bringing Rome under our control. What a boon that would be, because it would bring in a vast economic and production powerhouse here within the region. Well, quite clearly the capital here would do that for you, but it would also rip away, unhinge the tactical this sort of tactical redoubt that the Spanish have here. Again, that's something to consider for the council. But again, we have to be bold. Now, again, the council has been calling on us to, now once we've secured Paris fully and we've replenished these armies, and indeed the armies here in the Netherlands, we've also secured Hanover and Dresden and Strasbourg, which is currently under siege. Once we've committed ourselves and actually brought all of these under our control, the council is actually calling for us to then start moving forces away from these particular hot spots here and forming a strike force. Now, the strike force has two potential targets. The first would be, of course, striking into Spain, Madrid itself. depending on how many forces we can free up and still defend. Remember, we don't want to lose anything we've got here, particularly Paris. Paris cannot fall. It has got the chance to be the absolute linchpin here of our entire empire. It really does. Same with Amsterdam. Not so much Strasbourg, but these are more strategic holdings that sort of keep our sort of foot in the door, as it were. That taking Dresden might sort of upset the Poles potentially, because we're sort of driving a wedge in between Prague and Berlin, as it were. So we've got to be careful what we're doing there. But we could move against Spain. Now that either is going to be attacking Madrid and Lisbon, particularly Madrid. If we went for this, if we went straight for the capital, that would be a dagger through the heart, like Damocles' sword hanging over the Spanish. Because we could land probably just either to the west or to the east of Bilbao, and then striking down through the mountains here. That really would be an absolute goal, but again, we don't know what's around here, so that's why we've got our scout here, our spy, our rake moving down, going to be moving down here, just to check out what's going on here. We could even move against Turin, Milan and Genoa, and sort of meet up with a force that's going to strike potentially from Patras and take Italy. Just remove the entirety here of Italy, bring it under our control. That would be, again, a potential option. But another option that really is favoured by the council once we've sort of captured the last strongholds of the French is actually to move into the New World. Now this is a campaign that really will test us. This campaign is going to be something we've never tried before. Luckily we've got Sweden, have got Jamaica now. Not how sure they got Jamaica. We could even attack Martinique here and use that as a staging area. Again, problem is we've got Spain here as well. Now Spain are quite dominant within the Caribbean. As you can see, they control most of the Caribbean islands. We've got Mughal Empire here with Dutch Guyana. We've also got New Spain. We're at peace with New Spain. It's the motherland, as it were, we're at war with. We've got to be careful here that if we're going to strike, we have to strike absolutely with precision and pinpoint accuracy. We could even come against Newfoundland, take Newfoundland and use Newfoundland as a staging point. Maybe move into Arcadia. Quebec would be a real goal of ours, because I mean that would be something you could then work from that capital, as it were, of Canada, and move through and start crossing into sort of North America. Start hunting. We could even go straight for Philadelphia, maybe straight for Boston, and really put our foot sort of through the door, jam our foot in the door, as it were, and just prise open North America for ourselves. And again, these are all things we've got to consider. What do you think, my friends? So the council's advice has been exemplary. It really has. The only reason that we are where we are now in terms of this here, of what we've got here, is only because the council said move from where you are here. We had sort of Istanbul under our control. We weren't getting anywhere. And as soon as the council said, Mala, give everything to Poland, fall back to Patras, and then just get those fleets up, get those troop transports up, and just land in France and go hell for leather up the road here, up the sort of the main Paris highway, and just take everything and spread out, splinter out. Look what we've taken. We've forged us and such close links to Britain as well, which means we can reinforce if needs be as well. That's the beauty of this. And also we're going to start increasing our fleets. So again, that's where we are at the moment, my friends. I wanted to put this out in the introduction so that you can see where we stand. And of course, we are going to be launching sort of take the Strasbourg immediately, straight off the bat, when the episode starts properly. So when you see the episode, it will be Strasbourg. We will be attacking Strasbourg, or defending and trying to take it as quickly as we possibly can to free up that army as well. It'll put us in direct competition or connection here with the Poles. But again, if we can build up a strong front here, at least we'll be able to sort of hold back the Poles if they do attack us here. But we've just got to play it safe here. We've got to play it cautiously with the Poles. We do have armies we can sort of move around. We can sort of pull forces away from the front lines and move them into position and sort of strengthen certain areas. We can husband our strength into certain parts, or even just have maybe two armies, an army group just here ready to strike anywhere that anybody attacks us. We can have that reserve behind us just in case someone does attack us. But my friends, that's where I wanted to sort of bring the introduction. I wanted to add some more depth introduction. I wanted to bring the council's proposals to life, as it were, contextualize those proposals, those strategies, those tactics, so that other members of the council can also see what we've got planned, and then we can sort of adapt the plans. We can work the strategies in as you see them. But my friends, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to go straight back to the campaign and for the Battle of Strasbourg. See you then. Greetings and welcome to episode 68 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Great Britain campaign. And this, my friends, I left it last time. Before we start proper, I hope you enjoy the sort of tactical overview that I just added to the introduction, just bringing together some of the council's recommendations and proposals and plans. I've put it sort of into the battle map, as it were, and sort of added a few things, edited a little bit to add a little bit more depth and breadth to it, more contextualise what we've done, so that we can carry on with this battle straight away. And as you can see, this Battle of Strasbourg is something that's been sort of looming in the background for quite a while. Now that we've taken Paris, we've taken the sort of the linchpin, the anchor of the French Empire in the West, or in Europe at least. And now we're looking to finally sort of bring the remnants of what is left of the French sort of empire in Europe to an end. Now, of course, we've got the huge task of potentially moving into the New World, but also fending off a very, very aggressive Spanish empire that's looking to sort of, shall we say, hit back for their allies, the French. But we're not going to just yield here. We're going to take Strasbourg, so put us in direct connection here with the Poles. But let's see where that brings us. But as you can see, we do have a wonderful force here ready to take Strasbourg, and we're going to take it immediately now off the march here. But they do have some wonderful defensive troops here. But again, a walled city again, so fully fortified. But again, we're going to break that down. We are going to assault it once we've done as much damage as we possibly can. We've got 2 guns though, so it's not going to be as powerful as I'd hoped it to be, but again, we've just got to work with what we've got here. We can't always bring all the forces to where you want them to be. We've got to just use what is available to us at the time. This army should be more than capable. There's no mortars, so we could probably actually storm the city in one. As you can see, look at these combat-hardened troops here. Many of these are veterans. Even we've got the Royal Hand Grenadiers here. They had that backbone here to that attack. We may just simply bombard the fort with quicklime to bring down the defenders, and then just simply storm it with what we've got here, just to bring the city under our control. I think it's important that we do at least get Strasbourg under our control, especially with the fort they've got here. We may, if we could put an army in this fort here, it would be nigh on impossible to break us here. The Star Fort is a wonder. Let's begin. I'd like to thank all the council once again for your wonderful advice. And I have tried to put as much advice as I could into that sort of new introduction. It won't always be in there. I've just wanted to bring it now and again. I just to update and to clarify for the council who have commented, but also if any new viewers come in and new council members come in who comment. I want to bring in your views as well and their views as well into the campaign proper, and bring it into sort of reality, as it were, not just on paper, as it were, but actually show it and show what the council wants us to do. So, as you can see, let's first have a look at the topography here of this battle map. I mean, it's oh, look at that. Now that's sort of this small undulation here. We've got sort of a small village here in the background here, but we've got sort of almost this valley down here as well. Plenty of forestry here we can possibly use. And I don't know if any of you have noticed, my friends, who've got Empire, but there is actually now called a definitive edition. I believe that if you own the base game of Empire, you get all the add-ons for free. You get all the DLCs for free. You don't have to buy them anymore. I believe that is what it is. I just had a quick glance on Steam before I came into the campaign proper, and now you see Empire Total War Definitive Edition, which means you get, if you've got the base game, prior to today, I believe, when they got the autumn sale on Steam, I believe you then get all the DLCs and all the add-ons for free. I believe that's it. I could be wrong, but if I am wrong, please correct me, my friends. But I'm just that quick glance I had, I believe that's what happened. So if you do see Definitive Edition next to your Empire Total War, I believe it's because you've got the DLCs for free. Now, back to the campaign here, my friends, and I think we'll just go for a full frontal assault here. I think we might just move some regiments around this flank here on the left flank to sort of just try and draw the defenders away from different positions, but we're going to simply blast our way through here. We're going to put the howitzers on top of this sort of mound here, this hill here. It's a perfect position. They've got nothing to respond with. So let's bring this artillery into full. Let's just move these gentlemen out the way here. Let's bring all our forces into one coherent whole here. We've got our cavalry, which we'll use to strike into any gaps that are made by the artillery, but ideally we just simply want to blitz our way through. What the blazes are you doing? General Black Wolf Gamer, a wonderful council member. Let's just... And I know the member of the council have asked to be generals here. I can promise you will be generals. But once we don't have a battle, then I will put those promotions through. So we're going to quickly put this on... Oh, look at that. What a joy. We'll put quick blime, I think, immediately here, because we can try and dismantle the initial forces upon there. I think we can set ourselves maybe 3 regiments in defence, just in case they do come out at us. But I'd like to have... I think we'll have the 22nd Regiment here in the vanguard of defence. Gentlemen, let's not rush this. Let's just do this properly here. If you're going to do something, let's do this properly at least. We've got some real combat hardened troops here. We've got the 20th Regiment here on the right. This is just a small sort of defensive force just in case they can move out against us. And of course we'll have cavalry as also to back this force up as well. And the 16th I think we'll have on the left here. Now, this mound isn't actually blocking, this is doing quite well actually here. So we're going to have that small force. The rest of the force I'd like to take Strasbourg as quickly as possible. We'll keep our cavalry in reserve, but we'll have it on one flank here, just in case we have a few problems. But I'd like to use the cavalry to break through any holes that are made, any gaps that are made in the defences, or if they try to come out towards us, we shall use the cavalry to attack. So to that end, we've actually put the cavalry right on the extreme right here. Now, we can have several attacking assault forces, should we say. When we want. Now look at that, 3 combat hardened troops here, or regiments. 18th, 31st, 7th. Now, as you can see, these have come from the fighting with Poland in Istanbul. These were the troops that are actually I believe these one of the regiments, or several of the regiments, were actually defending Istanbul when we were fighting against the Poles. When we were fighting in that small pocket we had there. But I think we'll push these gentlemen onto this left flank here, and we'll actually put them over here so we can attack the extremities of this fort. Because look at that, it's a fully extended fort. It's a gigantic fort, it really is. It's a full star fort. Look at that, beautiful. Hidden, ready to assault at a moment's notice. What the blazes are you doing here? Why are you not hidden, sir? We might have to pull them slightly back here, just so they can... Yes, that's more like it. Looks like the grass didn't extend that far back for these for some reason, but now we've got them hidden. We can assault this left flank now, and we'll also split these forces up here into 2 separate attacking forces. There's the Grenadiers. We want the Grenadiers to lead one of the... We've got Cuirassiers here as well. We might leave a Cuirassier regiment here, just to keep an eye on this particular flank. We've got to be prepared for all eventualities if possible. We've got 4 regiments here, 4 regiments here as well. I think we'll have this one assaulting these 4 regiments here. 4th, 41st, 10th and 32nd will be assaulting on this right flank, trying to wrap around the defences. We've got to keep the defenders on the back foot. And we shall have the 28th, 11th Grenadiers, 44th and the 9th Regiments here on... Gentlemen, for goodness sake, sir. Okay, it seems that they want not to obey orders. That's fine. We should give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, shall we try again, gentlemen? Right. And so on the left flank here, just in this outcrop of trees here. 9th, 11th, 32nd and 10th regiments here. Going to assault from all different angles. We really do have to do this because we want to take this city as quickly as possible, Strasbourg. I believe we're ready now. Let's begin. So they've got this flank covered here. I think we'll start moving our troops into position here. We're going to be aggressive here. We're not going to stand on our laurels here at all. What do they have here? Got a puckle gun and chassé de cheval. I think we're moving right up to this sort of almost this cliff here. Oh, gentlemen, double time. This is not a Sunday stroll. Move, gentlemen, please. We have a city to take. Strasbourg shall be British, sir, by the end of the day. Look at that firepower. And let's move these regiments here again. We're going to move them into position. Be careful we don't get caught in the open. Just preparing here, just preparing. And then these 3 regiments wrapping around here. We can take the fight directly to them. Oh, what a wonder. Do I hear cavalry potentially moving out? Oh, look at that. What? That is a wonder, sir. We need to break a lot of these higher echelon units. If we can do that, then our assault will go well. Oh, well, wait. Well, Bavaria. We definitely need to take a shot at those gentlemen there. But again, we're just positioning our forces ready for the assault, and as you can see, they're starting to stretch their units out here to try and meet the flank. We've got to pull them. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, if that doesn't put a skip in your step, then nothing will. Oh, what a joy. Grenadiers, Royal Highlander Grenadiers, what a wonder. In full battle array, sir. They keep moving back and forth all they want, but by Jove, we shall not give them any leeway at all. Almost completely destroyed the regiment. That's more like it. That's more like it, sir. See, they're starting to get ready to try and stop our assault here. We need to weaken their defences just a fraction more here. I'll be damned. That's absolutely fine. Just got to be patient here. Come on, gentlemen. Look at that. An entire regiment almost butchered, sir. We'll take the fight to these gentlemen. If they want to attack us, then by we shall show them aggression, sir. But the French haven't given up here. We've got a little bit of a fight here from them. Steady, lad, steady now. Hold the line. Hold the line. The Royal Swados, they're not going to give up. Come on, gentlemen, let's have that. There it is. Oh, that's a joy to see. That really is. Not going to get any better conditions here. Give these gentlemen a good volley here. Take 2 regiments, I think we'll start to assault. To try and pull them from one side to the other. We can just get a foothold on that wall. Oh, that was a beautiful shot, sir. Let's assault. Once we've got that grappling hook on here, we'll then use these forces to come in behind and join them. Come on, lads, get those grappling hooks up there. Looks like the French are completely oblivious to this happening. Or are they? There's movement. Just got to keep pounding away here. Let's get the additional forces here. We've got to get in here. Yes, they've abandoned the guns there. Oh, look at that. Just keep firing away here, lads. Move onto the walls. It's more like it. 3 regiments on the walls. Move, gentlemen. Come on, gentlemen, move. We've got to capture these here. Time! Across that bridge. Like it. So weaken this front here if possible. I'm going to try and move against them here. Get into these buildings here perchance. So I haven't gotten fully onto here yet. We've got to get dirty here, we really do. Can we get into here quickly? And to the house here, we can get into these quickly, we might be able to... Before the cavalry notices. Come on, gentlemen. Let's move. Look at this. We've taken all these buildings here without even being noticed. The French are so preoccupied with the frontal assault here. Wow, they're fighting right to the end here. To commend their bravery, sir. The entire regiment gone. Get in there now. What the blazes are they doing here? Move it, lads, in there. Now it's going to get bloody. This is going to get bloody now. Fighting here. Wavering, sir. That's against the finest Britain has to offer. Give them a volley, lads. Give them a volley. That's more like it. Give them a volley, lads. They're wavering. Look at this here. 29 men left. Oh, look at that volley there. They fought bravely, the French. We must give them that. Let's bring in the cavalry here to settle this once and for all. But this is always going to be a hand-to-hand fight. There was no other way around it. They're fighting to the last man. You must respect that courage, sir. Double time, gentlemen. Double time. Oh god, they really want this building here. Kill them all, lads. excuse the lag here, my friends. Sometimes happens with these battles in forts for some reason. We're just going to hold on here. Let's put an end to this and let's capture this fort. Yes, sir. Yes. Victory, sir. We've took that fort. Stuttgart is now ours. Stuttgart is now fallen to Britain, sir. Look at that. We lost 994, still lost 1,000 men now, but 2,391 men gone. Look at that. Infantry, wonderful here. Royal Highland Guard, they did pretty good on the Grenadiers, even though they weren't directly involved in the fight. That was a wonder. Yes! Oh, look at that. Absolutely, Strasbourg, I beg your pardon, is now ours, sir. 21,981, excellent to see. Plus 5 infantry campaign move and plus 2 command when needing infantry, fantastic. We've now brought ourselves directly in line here with Poland. We're going to bring ourselves up to full strength here if possible. Indeed. Just in case here, we shall continue our movement towards Dresden and Hanover. But it's going to be crucial now what happens now that we have taken Strasbourg. We'll see what happens now at the end of this particular turn here. We do need to really build our fleets quite aggressively here, but we did move our fleet down to here. But there is nothing we can take from here, really, to be honest with you. It would be far better if we moved our fleet up to here. That's where is Spanish money coming into? Here. We could move our fleet up to here. Now, of course, they've got these two fleets here, which could do us tremendous amounts of damage, but I think if we move up to here and raid these lines here for Spain, it'll draw a lot of Spanish coin away. Look at that fleet, it's a wonder. So I think what we're going to do is I think we might just raid this line here, to be honest with you, this direct line here, just Spain itself. Gentlemen, please. Not too bad, but oh, look at that! Look how much it's dropped down to 724. We need to do as much damage as we can economically here to Spain, if we can draw away their income. Poland does have some very powerful fleets here. Thankfully, we've got our own fleets not too far away. Particularly this large fleet here, which could always be brought in to back up. But we do need to get our fleets up to some kind of standard here. We need to get this fleet up to full strength here, so that we've got 3 strong fleets ready to defend. And of course we are hitting Spain here. Spain, I wonder where Spain's income is coming from now, because we've taken Paris. They have this income here. Oh, they've got 3,000 here as well. 7,000 coming in from New Spain here, 4,416 coming in from here as well. So because they control Mediterranean, our income from here is hit hard. But we have to take Cairo as well, which I think we'll probably do. 3 more turns. We'll probably take that off the bat as well. I think the defenders here aren't of the finest, but what we should do is we'll end this particular turn and let's see what the ramifications are for what we've just achieved, which is taking Paris. Oh, I know we must do is destroy what the council decree we must do here, and that is destroying the universities. We've almost got everything we need here. There's only percussion camp, which will give us rifle scouts and also preserved foods. After that, we don't need any more universities. We're going to destroy this, destroy the seminaries as well. as the council has decreed. Also in Westphalia here. Modern University here in Marburg. Anything here? Actually, look at that, brought into control immediately. Wonderful. Oh, that's all being repaired. That's excellent. That's also being repaired. These buildings are all being repaired after that battle here. How are we doing here? Look at that. I mean, these really are the creme de la creme, and in fact, they've even, in fact, they're even more battle-hardened troops because of what they've just been through here with the defence of Amsterdam, which was a terrific fight. I see what the French and Spanish answer to what we've just done is, what their response will be. We might even have Tripoli being attacked here. We've got to hold Tripoli as best we can here. Luckily we do have this garrison here, and also these are in pretty good shape. Some of these regiments aren't in bad shape at all. So we just merely got to hold here as best we can. Right, let's end the turn, my friends, and let's see what comes our way. Ooh, France moving out here. Interesting. And they're also, I wonder what their plans are. Strange. Ah, okay. Oh, look at that. Well, I'll be. Well, that puts a complete different complexion on things, doesn't it? And I think, my friends, we will take this fight next episode. I know this has been a little bit shorter than normal, but I think we need to take this in the next episode. I think I do apologise, my friends. I probably can guess because I don't upload as much as I'd like to, but unfortunately I've got a new contract, so with work, so it has taken quite a lot of my time, and I have quite a number of things to prepare as well in the background. So I'm going to end this episode here. We've had a good innings here. We've had Strasbourg. Strasbourg is now ours. So that really was one of the key things we wanted. But this is going to be an incredibly difficult battle. This is, can we hold here with what we've got? That's going to be the key here. If they attack one position, we can probably hold. We do have some good forces here. Thankfully, we've got at least one full regiment here. We've also got Garrison Guard 105 here. 91 infantry here, so combined we can probably put together a good defence, and these aren't exactly in the best of nick either, so we can probably hold Tripoli. And there's also been a call from the council to actually give Tripoli away to either Poland, Sweden or Spain as peace, but we're going to see what happens here, my friends. But this is what we'll take next episode, so I do apologise for the shorter episode, my friends. I hope you can understand things have been a little bit busy behind the scenes. I hope you've enjoyed the sort of new add-on to the introduction. It won't be all the time, but now and again it'll just be used as sort of an update. Maybe every 3 or 4 episodes I'll add the new introduction in, add some of the council's deliberations in the comments in as well, just to add that depth to it, that context to it as well. But I hope you've enjoyed this, my friends. Whatever you're doing, please be safe. Again, please keep all your comments coming down below. They've been absolutely wonderful. The support has been absolutely incredible, my friends, for all my campaigns. I mean, you know, when I see how many people have watched my videos, it just blows my mind. It really does. You know, 400 or 500 people. It's just incredible. It really is. It really does feel absolutely fantastic. But of course, I hope you're enjoying it, my friends. That's the main thing. As long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters to me. But whatever you're doing, please be safe, my friends. And until next time, bye for now.